Breaking news, VP Kamala Harris just trolled Donald Trump after he held a rally in North Carolina last night that went on for way too long. He was slurring his words, he was rambling, but VP Harris and her digital team immediately took Donald Trump's words and used them against him in this TikTok ad that has almost 1 million likes. That's right, 1 million likes. Not 1 million views, but likes, and every time I refresh this page, it goes up by another 50,000 likes. I'll play this ad in 1 second, but there's a story in here that I want to break down that I haven't seen anybody else talk about. So it's somewhat of an exclusive story about VP Harris and Donald Trump. So this TikTok account that you're looking at right now, Kamala HQ, just a week ago, it was titled Biden HQ, and they have been posting very consistently for a while now, but their posts are just now gaining steam and going viral. So you can see, just over the past day, they've gotten 4.2 million views, 1.1 million views, 700,000, 2.5 million, 8.1 million. Their views are increasing steadily, and the crazy part about this story is, if we break down the numbers, here's a website where you can break down TikTok numbers day by day. If we look at the actual days here, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the day that President Biden dropped out. On Sunday, that account gained 1,900 followers. On Monday, VP Harris started to soft campaign. They gained 30,000 followers. On Tuesday is when they really rebranded the account, and it gained 400,000 followers. Wednesday, 400,000 followers. Thursday, which is today, it's only 8 a.m., and they've gained 100,000 followers. So they have tripled their following in 3 or 4 days from 440,000 followers to 1.3 million followers. And if you're wondering, what's the big deal here? I don't understand it. TikTok is a platform that can be leveraged by political campaigns in a massive way. I'm not going to lie, Donald Trump and his team already figured out how to do it. They gained about 5 to 10 million followers in a week, but VP Harris is finally gaining steam in a massive way, and we should not ignore it. That's why we see polls coming out. Exclusive poll, Harris opens up early edge with young voters. Young voters predominantly get their news from TikTok, and these memes are making VP Harris look like a badass, and it's awesome. I'll play this clip in just 1 second, but first, a former Trump aide detailed how blown away they were with VP Harris's digital game. Watch this clip.
I am blown away by her digital operation. Yeah. She's had 24 hours to stand this up. She is all over TikTok. Yeah. She has turned things that seemed cringy into making her seem cool. Like, this feels Obama-level energy, and Trump world's not ready for it. I love her energy.
That is exactly right, and I just want to highlight, we can't get complacent. We still have to actually do the work of mobilizing, of voting, of door knocking. That is where the hard part is, but right now the energy is there, and with 4 months to go, we are looking up. So here is the clip that VP Harris posted about Donald Trump. It currently has 948,000 likes, but it feels like every time I refreshed it, it has more. I refreshed the page and it now has 964,000 likes. This is how you market a political campaign. Take a look.
And then their campaign says, I'm the prosecutor and he is the convicted felon.
I'm Kamala Harris and I approve this message.
That's it. Just a short TikTok video. That's how they're supposed to be. Literally, it's 6 seconds long. And what they do is take Donald Trump sarcastically saying, oh, I'm the felon and she's the prosecutor. And they put VP Harris saying, I approve this message. Watch one more time.
And then their campaign says, I'm the prosecutor and he is the convicted felon.
I'm Kamala Harris and I approve this message.
That is a master class in trolling your political opponent, taking their words, taking a short clip of them and flipping it back at them. And honestly, the fact that it's going viral on TikTok of all places is a great sign. That means young people are enjoying this clip. If we look at the comments, it says, whoever runs this account deserves a raise. This has over 100,000 likes. Perfection. Oh, they're quick with it. She said, yeah, people are loving this, and she is hitting the exact demographics that we were sort of lacking with. President Biden was failing to energize younger voters. I know that I loved President Biden, but some of my apolitical friends just weren't energized by him. And here's Donald Trump at his rally last night, still struggling to find ways to attack VP Harris, so he defaults back to this crowd size attack, but it doesn't quite land when you have a young, energetic opponent who is drawing big crowds, and you're just this old guy sweating on stage, grasping at straws. Take a look.
You can multiply her crowds times 20 and 30, and she wouldn't get what we get. 107,000 people recently in New Jersey. We might win New Jersey. We're up in New Jersey.
That crowd size is a lie, by the way.
82,000 in South Carolina. 82,000.
Nobody's verified, though.
And by the way, we would have had a number here that would have been through the roof. But, you know, we are confined. As beautiful as this arena is, I just met the owner. He said it's an all-time record. Because, you know, they have basketball, hockey, but with basketball, hockey, you can't fill up the floors, right? So we set the all-time record, and he's a very nice gentleman, great family. But we set the all-time record.
Again, imagine being so egotistical that you hold entire rallies, rent out entire arenas just to like ramble on and talk about yourself. At least VP Harris has a message. She stays on message. Donald Trump just plays games of word association and talks about sharks and electrocution. Finally, I want to close with this exclusive poll. Harris opens up early edge with young voters. If the 2024 election were held today, who would you vote for if the candidates were Joe Biden or Donald Trump? This is not too good. 53% of younger voters said Joe Biden, 47% said Donald Trump. Now, look at this new change. If the 2024 election were held today, who would you vote for if the candidates were Kamala Harris, 60%, Donald Trump, 40%. She really has the edge with younger voters, and there's a few thoughts I have about this. Number one, younger voters don't turn out as much, but Gen Z, my generation, historically does turn out more than the previous young generations when they were 18 to 24. So we do turn out, and Kamala does have the edge, but conventional wisdom tells us that the older voters do turn out at a way higher rate. We all know this, and the older voters need to be voting for Kamala Harris. VP Harris is significantly more popular among America's younger voters than President Biden, a new Axios poll shows. Why it matters. Former President Trump appeared to be chipping away at Democrats' decade-long hold on the youth vote, but Harris could be extending the gap once again. And I'm not sure I completely buy the numbers that show President Biden only up by 6 points. That seems very unbelievable, but I do believe the idea that Kamala Harris was able to widen the gap due to her energy, due to her vibrance and youth. In a Biden-Trump race, a split among 18 and 34-year-olds was 53% to 47%. Biden had a 6-point lead. Now Harris has a 20-point lead. 45% of young people say they have an extremely or somewhat favorable opinion of Harris. That's good. Almost half of young people say they have a favorable opinion, some of them even extremely favorable. 33% said the same for Biden, along with 34% for Trump. So that is a massive gap. When you introduce the older candidates, their favorability gets cut by almost 25%. Zoom in. Gen Z and millennials voters were key to Biden's 2020 victory, turning out in huge numbers and favoring him by 20 points in 2020 per a Pew Research Center analysis. So, going back to what I said earlier, because Gen Z turns out more, we could actually change the election due to the margins really counting. I mean, if it comes down to a state like Georgia or Pennsylvania, it could come down to 10 to 15,000 votes. Younger voters will be a key component of Harris's path to the presidency as well. The bottom line, it's not just the memes. Quote, the data actually does suggest that Harris could run up the score with young voters in a major way, and we know for a fact that that is worrying the Trump campaign. I'm only 21 and I will be working tirelessly every single day until November, until early voting starts, to make sure that VP Harris wins the youth vote, wins every single type of vote in the United States. And if you guys are on the same mission, make sure you leave a like, comment a blue heart, hit that subscribe button. Most importantly, have a great day.